So I'm just going to read a kind of short piece called Study for the City of Nature, which is a novel I'm maybe going to write. And this is a drastic translation of a video by Comitta called The City of Nature. The sun was setting and melting with the moonlight sky. An orange from the low-hanging bough of a tree. Under the orange tree, some terminated in a thick growth. A crooked palm tree, trees, white trunk and branches, trees, clusters of mistletoe growing among the bare boughs. Wind-distorted trees wound around mounds and dunes of loose sand which whirled through the air. The sand banked up against cottonwoods, trees, winds that bend them, white, dry trunks. The main trunk dipped downward. The grove, the trees were big and dark. In the hills, the skies were very blue, and the sea to the left, along a hill behind the trees. A row of pines and the mountains, the flowers and the birds. The sun shone on the red leaves that strewed the ground. The bird flew far off. A few clouds went flying off, and every now and then, from the white distance, a shadow rose like a horizon of mist. No longer alone, the whole sky over was flapping of wings. Trees, crystals, animals, grasses. Not only did the birds inhabit the branches, greenness grew over those brown beds. Among the leaves, in a bright beck, full of dark stones and sparkling eddies. The forest on its banks, blue sky, vegetation. Hill and wood, that forest dell, the hill of rock and heath, hill at twilight. Beneath the sunless skies, the landscape, the rabbit and the fields, the roots of the oak tree, long steep hill, big cavern in the rock. The cavern was big, dark. Wind that would bend the trees down and turn up the pale underside of the leaves. On black hillsides before daylight, towards daylight, a waterfowl. High rocky bluffs on both sides. On a rock above water, the sun shining and the birds bright violet. The high blue. Something moved, flashed, turned a silver wing in the air. The thick hedge, the blue waters of the bay with blue, the great black rock, the moving waves, the far sandhills, little chicken across the bay among the sandhills, those sandhills, a flower, the mountain bright and very damp, the damp mist, one black ox, sound of waves into the mist, the thud of the sea glittering and surrounded by light. The ocean sparkles. Near the horizon it is indigo, the bright sunshine. Water. The cloudless sky is very pale at the indigo horizon. It's blue, the sky. The hollow stretch of whitish cloud in the brilliance of sunshine. The long stretches of the waterway. The broadening waters flowed through plants and water. Sunken stones in the small river, into the cold water, in the water, a river downstream. The river widened and bubbled over rocks. A stone on top of a pile. The stone, the small river. The roots and downstream boulders. Conifers of the forest into which the stream flowed. Toward the opposite shore, woods, hogs, day. The sun, pale and clammy. Off to the edge of the wood, out of the mist, a stream over an outcrop of gray stone. Down the slope and across the stream, a brown woodland haze. The sun was beginning to get low. Long grass behind a tree. Roots. The shadows of the trees were long and thin on the grass. The sun had gone down red behind the hills. The moon came up from behind the hills, round and yellow. It rose into the night sky. Lowering skies. Nights. The tree. 100 cow. That's the city of nature.